What's up? It's your girl Kara back again with another dope video about my WCW of the week. Let's take a look. Thank you for tuning in to Learn Life with Kara. My WCW of the week is the one and only Tree. Yay! She is a career woman, okay? A 9-to-5 career woman. Can you tell me about you?
Well, let's see.
Dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice. I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Dedication. Look.
I initially went to Michigan State University, who's in the Final Four, just in case y'all didn't know. and then after a while, I decided I wanted to see what it was like to attend a historically black college. So I decided to go far south. I went to Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University, where I received my bachelor's degree in health, allied science, occupation, and wellness. I started out on the path from nursing to occupational therapy to now pursuing my master's in business administration. So
wow.
That's pretty much that.
How long do you have until you get your master's?
So I only have 5 classes left to get my master's.
Get out of here! I know you ready.
I am. I've been really occupied with work, but now in the position that I'm in now, I actually have a lot more time and flexibility. Okay. So my clients have been getting on me like there's no excuse. You can I've been blessed. My employer actually offers tuition reimbursement, so I'm getting ready to go and get that finished and check that last box off.
So what career do you do?
Right now, I actually help people become homeowners. So I actually work with Quicken Loans, the nation's #1 mortgage lender. We close more mortgages and help more people buy homes than any other lender in the nation. So it's been a privilege and a blessing to work on them. I've had crazy opportunities that I've never had anywhere else. And it's just been a wonderful experience working with them.
How long have you been with them?
This May, actually May 5th, will be my 5-year anniversary. So I'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo. 5 years at Quicken Loans is like 10 years anywhere else. Yeah, because especially in banking, it's a lot of hours. When I first started out, I want to say I was working probably anywhere from like 60 to 80 hours a week. So to make it, and now I'm in a position where I don't have to work as long, and I still get to help people and make a difference. It's so rewarding. Like I get the warm and fuzzies. I have real candid conversations with my clients. I'm genuine and passionate about what I do, and I think that's helped elevate my career, just because they know I'm not just trying to sell them, like I'm actually really trying to help them.
You love what you do.
Oh yeah.
Now, have you always loved what you do engineer?
I have always loved it. Like I've always loved being able to help people. But I mean, it has been some struggles, you know, that I've had to kind of identify with, and trying to figure out how to be efficient with my time. It's definitely been a learning experience, because it's a lot of hours. So it's been times where, like, I know previous years, I remember one year we had March Madness going on, which is the biggest contest Quicken Loans has every year. And I remember my dad being in the hospital, and I remember feeling bad because I didn't go and see him. And it was just like, that type of stuff was tough for me, because it was just like finding that work-life balance where, like, hey, I'm still helping people, but I'm still not forgetting about my
pause. You know we don't have no speaker, no thing on there. So that's fine. Okay, I look like, wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's okay. But I think that's been probably one of the most difficult things, is just being able to balance my relationships, spending time with my family, and still having time to help people, because in this industry, you're helping people make the biggest purchase most people will ever make in their life. So this is a huge deal. Like, it's been times where, well, my husband now, but we were dating at the time, we would be out at the restaurant, and an agent would call me like, hey, I need a pre-approval right now. We got a multiple offer situation. If we don't get it now, like, the client could lose the house. Like, and I would literally go to the car, go grab my laptop, log on my hotspot, and print a pre-approval and send it out. He's like, are you serious right now? And I'm like, yeah. But I think that's one of the things that separates Quicken Loans from everyone else, because a lot of lenders, you call them on the weekend, you call their cell phone, good luck. Like, you're not going to catch them. But with us, it's like, you care about what you do, so it's like, I want to make sure that this client get this. Like, yeah, and they're serious about it. Like, you see something, it's like your dream home. It's like, it has LaTrease, it has everything I'm looking for. Like, who am I to, you know, like, yeah, my food might get a little cold, but I just want to make a difference. So there was this other instance where not too long ago, my friend, she won tickets to go see a Bronx Tale in Chicago. And we have been talking about we wanted to go see that on Broadway for forever. So she was like, are you gonna come to Chicago? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come to Chicago. So I'm on my way on the highway on 94. And then one of my agents calls me and he's like, LaTrease, we're in a multiple offer situation. I need a pre-approval now. I can't get in contact with the banker. Like, I need your help. So I just so happened to be pulled over at the gas station, pull out my laptop, get on the hotspot, print the pre-approval, send it out, email it. Then he called me a little bit later and was like, thank you so much, the offer got accepted. So, and the client was so in love with the home. So, I mean, it's definitely worth it, because you're making an impact and you're making a difference in people's lives. But at the same time, it's not so hard where it's just gonna take a ton of time. Like, it doesn't take hours to do, you know, just to get somebody taken care of. And going that little extra inch definitely helps build a rapport, and it helps me generate referrals too. So I get a lot of referral business.
How dedicated you are, and just to be able to, you know, help somebody in the way that you love to help them. Like, okay, I can do this for a minute, and then go back into, you know, what you was doing. That's not bad at all. It's just a heartwarming feeling that you help somebody. That's why I think that you love so much. So you already told me that you work outside of work, because that was my next thing. Like, do you work outside of work? Duh, of course. So what have you gained what have you gained from working? I see that you have awards right here. What have you, how did you get those?
So these awards were for some contests that we had. These are some older awards. I have a ton of them, like, on my desk at work. But those were for, I want to say it was like winter time, like November. It was like different contests going on where they were trying to see who can write the most loans in like a month where people say you don't really write loans. People aren't buying houses in the winter. Nobody wants to go out in the snow.
That's true.
No, so I think this one I had maybe 16 clients buy in November.
Wow.
And it was rewarding, because November is historically, well, in Michigan it's a little bit slower, but in some of the other states I'm licensed in, like Florida, is November. Like, I remember living in Florida and going to the beach, you know, like around Thanksgiving. So it doesn't really slow anything down for them there. So it's definitely different. I have, I think, 21 licenses now. So 21 different states that I help. So I always tell all my friends, like, I don't care where you live, I'm gonna help you buy a house. Just call me. Like, I got you.
That is dope.
So, yeah, and I work with agents all over. So a lot of times, even if it's something like, oh, I want to buy cash, or I'm looking for, you know, I just want to rent. I'm moving to a new area. I want to get to know the city, you know, first. I can even let them know, like, okay, this is who you need to call this agent. I know people that work on credit, like, so regardless of whatever stage you're in, like, I'm like, just call me. Like, I love networking, so.
Pointing the person in the right direction, you all for that. Now the awards at your job, I saw on your page that you had, was you nominated for an award? I think it was a Blue Triangle Award.
Yeah.
I thought, what was that about?
So that's our MVP award. So we do that every month.
Okay.
So we have a team of, I think, roughly right around 65 people now. I'm in the department that I'm in, and on my specific, like, I think it's split now amongst 3 teams.
Okay.
Or I think it just changed over to 4 teams actually now. But among my team of peers, they have voted me as the most valuable player. So just like the MVP, I do a lot of helping. So I've done like referral trainings. I've sit and talk to people and just kind of tell them what I'm doing. If I come up with like a email or something that I'm sending out to my agents, or something to kind of brand me, I'll share it with the team, like, you guys should probably send this out, or you should do this, or you should do that. We have a page that Quicken Loans provides us with. It's a sister company. It's called Social Proof, where anytime somebody like works with you, they can leave a review based off their experience. So I'm big on like branding and sharing stuff on social media, just doing all kind of stuff to kind of, you know, just get your name out and stuff like that. So
that is so dope. That is so different. So besides Quicken Loans, what do you like to do?
A lot of stuff. So I like I said, I like networking. So here recently, my cousin, she kind of started recruiting me to go to this church. It's called Global Empowerment Ministries, and it's a guy there by the name of Arthur Cartwright. He's the pretty much kind of like the pastor or the leader of the ministry, and he's a millionaire or a multimillionaire, and he's teaching people in Detroit how to become a millionaire, how to, you know, have a product, how to get into stores, and like all the different like opportunities out there, especially for minorities, like the $1 billion round table, just educating people on all kind of stuff to kind of find a way to not get stuck in the cycle or thinking of, you know, that mentality where, you know, blue collar parents raise blue collar children and this is it for me. Like, and that's been really uplifting. I talk to a lot of my clients on the phone where they'll say, oh, well, I had a client one time tell me that her student loans were never going to go anywhere and nothing was ever going to change because she was pretty much set on making somewhere between like $14,000 to $20,000 a year, and that was all she needed for life. Like, and she was like, I never will make more than that. And she sounded offended when I said, well, what if your income changes? Like, that's not going to happen. So just going to stuff like that and being around people that are elevating themselves and like just sharing the knowledge is very, very uplifting, because a lot of people, they'll make it and then they'll keep on.
Baby, or they don't want to help people, or they don't want to inspire people, or they don't want to tell how they got to that point.
Right. And what he's doing is really huge in the community. So I know one of the things he's building now or working on is a factory where when people come out of incarceration, they'll be able to have a job so that they're not going right back into the system or going right back into prison. So I think he recently brought like a bunch of vendors or individuals from China that make a lot of shoes, had them bring like their machines, teach them how to like work the machines. So when these people come out of prison, they can have a job where they're starting off at $15 an hour, or where their record isn't dictating what their future is going to be. So I've been going to a lot of stuff like that and just kind of figuring out what's going to be my niche and what product do I want to get out there. But I definitely want to have multiple sources of income or streams of income and just get into different stuff. I've been working on a book.
Get out of here.
I've been working on, it's been a long time project, but I pretty much just kind of was like, I need to get my stuff together. I had met
a little time now, huh?
Yeah. Now that I have a lot more freedom and time, I definitely want to finish it. And I'm not gonna say want to, I will finish it. I met Zane at one of the women's empowerment expos, and she gave me a book on how to write a book and like signed it. And reading her book, it's just been teaching me so much stuff. Like, if you spend 40 hours a week, you know, working on somebody else's career, why can't you devote 4 hours a day working on yours? Yes. And that's been big. So just been working on like getting my LLC, getting my Dun and Brad's, like just getting incorporated, getting all the logistical stuff taken care of. So when I'm ready to go, like all of the legal stuff is taken care of. So I just been doing a lot of that and a lot of reading, like just to kind of get ideas on how other people write. Like I was reading Michelle Obama's book, Becoming Michelle Obama. That book is amazing, and she is so educated. She is so smart, and just the way she writes it, it's like I was listening to it on Audible on my way to Chicago, and I felt like I was there. Like I felt like I was like sitting there just watching the whole thing play out, and it was just like, that's so uplifting.
Hold on, who in here? Somebody need to tell them to chill a little bit. Whoever else in here, they too loud. Like, they too loud. Like, that's all you gonna hear in the back. Yeah.
But her book has been super uplifting and just helping me find things that I can improve upon in my book. Like just being a lot more descriptive, making the reader feel like they are actually there. Like they're seeing exactly what you're seeing, and it's just been wonderful listening to that. And then it's humbling experience too, just to find, like, you know, she's normal. Like, she came from normal, like, just like you and
human,
me.
they humanize it. So for you to know them besides what you see on TV and besides what they try to talk about, knowing them a little more personal is what connects you with them and can let you know, like, okay, they've been there before, or okay, I can do this, or okay, I can feel where they're coming from.
Right.
That's the whole point of, like, Learn Life, is to show women that it's okay to go do things in life. It's okay not to know where you want to go. It's okay to do everything but feel like it's too much for you. You need a breather. It's ways for us to come together to show these women that it's okay. You know, just listen a little bit. Just know that just keep going down the path that you're trying to go in life.
I love the text, like the motivational Mondays, and the text and the videos, and like everything that you're doing, this whole platform.
Thank you.
It is so inspiring. I think a lot of people are afraid to take the first step, and I think that's the hardest part. Like, I had jaw surgery a few years ago, and I was wired. Yep. Oh, yep. When y'all.
I was like, does she need a straw? What does she need? This is just not right.
I couldn't talk or anything. I was wired shut. I was sounding like Kanye West. It was, and then Nick decided to make a video piggybacking off of the Kanye West and everything. It was awful. It was awful. But what was the reality check for me for so long? Like, when I went to FAMU, I was in a March 100. I had always played my saxophone since like I was in 5th grade, and that was the first time after the wires and everything came off. I think that's when the DJ Khaled and Rihanna song came out. My cousin was like, oh, I want you to play this song for something random she wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just listen to it and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna play it. And I tried to play it and I couldn't make a noise. Like, I could not, like, when the way my new jaw structure was, I couldn't make any noise at all on the saxophone, and that was devastating. And I just sat it down for like a whole year and a half, and I was just like, I'll never be able to play the saxophone again.
You kept looking at it?
I just honestly, I put it in a whole nother room away in my office. Like, it's just, that's it. That's all to it. And then one of my friends from church, he's like a prodigy. Like, he's one of those people that just kind of say he want to do something and he do it and figure it out. And he just went to Guitar Center and bought a saxophone and just started teaching himself how to play. And was like on Instagram Live asking people like, I think this goes right here. Like, and it was just like, if he can do it and he don't know nothing about the saxophone. Yeah, so I started watching videos on like different embouchures and like how to hold, you know, like how to make noise and stuff. And I just sat there and just for hours just watching a bunch of videos, and then I picked it up and I started making noise, and I was like, oh my God, I can play. So then I just started playing a whole bunch of like old marching band stuff and just a bunch of scales and stuff. But I was like, why was I afraid? Like, why did I let that much time go by and not play the saxophone? Because I thought I couldn't make a noise. Like, yeah, my mouth is different, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't adjust to it. And it changed a lot for me. Like, I was just like, I ordered a trumpet the other day. I was like, I always wanted to play trumpet, but I never thought about playing. And I was just like, why am I? No, like, just don't be scared. Like, whatever you want to do it. Like, nothing is stopping you, like, but yourself. Like, we are our biggest enemy sometimes. Like, we get in our mind and then let it run away and deter us from our success that we can have. So
what I learned too that I stopped doing is saying stuff like, oh, I can't do that, but I still do it. For you to say you can't do it, or for you to tell yourself you can't do it, you can end up not doing it. Or saying, oh, like, I'll never be able to finish this. You saying you can't do it, you'll end up not doing it. Even if you know you can, but just saying those words out your mouth, it kind of hurts you.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of, this is the time for us women to educate, you know, the youth, to let them know that they've probably been through it and that they can't. Or their mother told them they can't do this. Or, you know, people at school probably been told them they can't do that. And for them to hear those words probably can hurt them and affect them. So it's better for us to stop doing that as well. Because I noticed that I had to stop doing that. Like, I was like, I'm broke. And I'm like, stop saying you broke, say your phone is low. Well, I'm broke. Like, no, I'm broke. So I stopped saying I'm broke. And now I'm trying to say, like, oh, my phone is low. Or, you know, the Kevin Hart thing. Like, my bank account say I have it, but I don't think I should spend it. So I'm trying to get into that because it can affect you in the long run. So it's, you know, what you put out there and what you hotels where you have to be able to tell yourself that as well.
I definitely believe that. I remember, I think I did put it in like our wedding vows, like Napoleon Hill. That's another great book too. But pretty much like what the mind of a man can conceive, it can achieve. Like pretty much whatever you believe, you can make happen. Like if you saying I'm not gonna get this promotion, or I'm gonna be broke, like the lady I talked to, the client, I'm only gonna make $14,000 a year. How can you ever deviate from that if you don't even believe it? Like how can somebody else believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? So it's just like the sky is the limit. And I think that's one thing I'm just starting to learn. Like we just had a big contest, well, March Madness just came around again at Quicken Loans, and I started off real strong, and I was just like, what if it just stopped? Like what if I end up losing at the end, or like and I was like, no, like just keep it going. Like and then I end up, out of like all of the 60 plus people on the team, I end up coming in first place. So now Quicken Loans is gonna pay for like all of the company's top people that won, or top teams. They're taking us all to Miami. Like we all gonna go to the airport.
Get out of here!
They're gonna fly us out, and then they paying for the hotel, and I think they getting us like booth reservations for like some big club. Like whenever Quicken Loans does stuff, they do it big. So I already know it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Did you ever expect yourself to be where you are now with Quicken Loans? Like when you went into there, did you think that it was you were just gonna reach all these steps, keep going up the ladder how you have been?
Honestly, I had no idea. I think when I first started, I thought I was gonna go into leadership, and then I didn't know. I had no idea. I really didn't. I didn't even know, like when I first moved back to Michigan from Florida, that I would even be going this route. Like I really thought I was gonna be working in the hospital. I was gonna be working with patients. I was gonna end up going back to school and then maybe becoming a pediatrician or something like that. Like I had no idea that I would end up on this path. I initially came back home after I graduated, and I went to a career fair, and I was trying to find out about being like an occupational therapist and what I had to do.
Wow. And
the people that were hiring for occupational therapy and physical therapy, they didn't even really know what an occupational therapist was. And I was just like, how? And this was like a career fair at WC3, and I was like, how do y'all not know what this is, and y'all hiring for the hospital? Like, so that just kind of threw me off. And then my grandmother, she was diagnosed with cancer, and I took her to a couple of her appointments at the hospital, and just kind of seeing her go from being super independent, like the most independent person I know, like always taking care of like everybody, like all the grandkids. Like she was the strongest woman like I've like ever met, and to see her go through what she went through, it just kind of discouraged me from being in the hospital. Like I knew I wanted to help people.
Yes.
But I just didn't. Yeah, I was just like, maybe not in this capacity, but I've always had that empathetic nature, like just going above and beyond. Like I had a director one time tell me, like I was trying to get costs reduced for a client, and he was just like, "You gonna get us put out of business the way you doing this and that or whatever." So, I mean, it's
my nature. You don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah, like I can't help it. Like I'm nice. I try to be stern because I don't want my kindness to be taken for weakness or to be taken advantage of. But I really do care about people. So I think that's why I went into that field initially, and then I think that's why I'm able to do this so well, because you still have to care about people. Like people are like, they're confiding in you. They're telling you their life story. I remember I had a client that she had issues with credit. Her and her husband, well, not her husband, but her and her boyfriend, or longtime boyfriend, I should say, they I was just like, be patient. Like we gonna work it out. It's gonna be a roller coaster, but we gonna figure it out. Cause she was just like, they're older, they were tired of renting. I was like, you don't have to rent anymore. And she found a home, and she was like, LaTrease, if you make this happen, I'm gonna marry him. And he had been asking her to marry him for like 10 years, and she was like, I don't want to get married again. So when they closed, she went on my social proof and left me a review, and I clicked on her Facebook page, because you have to have a Facebook to make sure like it's a real person leaving a review.
Oh, okay.
And I saw a video of them getting married in the house. So I just started crying. Like, I'm not even a crier, but that was like so touching. Like it was just like, she been giving him a hard time for the past 10 years, And then she got her dream home, and that house was sharp. Like, it was beautiful. And I know
you telling the story, you getting kind of touched.
Yeah. Like, it's just stuff like that. Because I have clients send me pictures of, like, their babies, like, you know, right after we close on the house, the baby was born. Yeah, like, they invite me to come and paint and everything. I'm like, I'm not coming to paint with you. I'm gonna let you handle that. But, like, if I'm somewhere and I can actually see them, I'm like, hey, I'm in town. Like, hey, like, I got a couple of people I know, like, when I go to New York, I'm gonna try and look up with some of my people there. Like, hey, what's
up? Awesome.
So,
that is awesome.
You do become, you get close, you get attached, or at least I do, and that's because I think I'm really, really passionate about what I do.
So you wear many hats. Is there any other hats that you're thinking about putting on?
I've been told that I should get into like the event planning, wedding coordinating industry. I'm thinking about that because somebody's trying to inspire me. I think it just come natural to help people because I went through it. So any resources, any networking I have, I'm like, here.
You sending it, you telling them, you own them, call this person, do this.
Like this, because I've had some good and I've had some bad experiences, and I don't want people to have a bad experience. I'm like, don't call them. Like, I had
to relieve some stress. That's what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Like, I had one party bus I did for like a birthday party, and I paid for a party bus for like 25 people, and the company, they showed up with a Hummer because the party bus apparently broke down.
Oh wow.
And the Hummer had no AC, and this was in August. It had no AC, it had no working radio, the doorknob didn't work, like you had to go in through the other door. Like, it was horrible. And I was just like, are y'all serious? Then the guy didn't have any gas, so I had to give him the tip money to go to the gas station to put. Wow. So I'm just like, stuff like that is crazy to me. So I'm just like, I wouldn't want anybody to have an experience like that, especially for their wedding. Like, everything needs to be organized. Everything needs to be in order. Like, my wedding day, my coordinator was amazing. Her name is Kimberly Fisher. And she, like, I hear brides talking about how stressed they were. Like, I didn't stress at all. Like, she was so, like, I didn't have to communicate with any vendors, anybody. Like, she did everything to a T, to the point where I think we had so many friends and family come from, like, out of town. Like, my husband, he went to Southern University. I went to FAMU. So a lot of our frat and friends were there, and we didn't want to get put out the hotel, so we ended up going up the street to, like, our house. I think we stayed partying in the basement till like 5 in the morning. And then when I realized, like, oh my God, the makeup people are going to be showing up at 7, like, we had to rush and get back to the hotel.
Oh, wow.
I think we had like 45 minutes of sleep, woke up, and then she already had the makeup people there. She already had the hair people there. Then, like, it was 16 bridesmaids, 16 grooms. So it was a huge wedding party, but it was like a system, like a rotation. Like, you get your makeup, then you get your hair, then you
had to wear a dress, or it was just in order.
It was so in order, and I just feel like that's how it should be for everybody. So
that's something you're thinking about.
I'm thinking about it.
So, what do you like to do in your free time?
I like to bowl. Although me and bowling have a love-hate relationship, just because I'm trying to get better at it, and I'm super competitive, and I'm not getting as good as I want to be as fast as I want to. I also love going to the movies. I can't wait for Infinity. What is it? Whatever the last Avengers is getting ready to come out. Can't wait for that to come out. That's gonna be crazy. I'm pretty simple. So I love traveling. I'm a big travel bug. So usually one of those 3 things is something that I'm really, really into.
Really like to do. Okay, so this part of this segment is called Pick Your Brain. I'm gonna ask you a couple things, and you just gonna tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
Are you an open or private person?
Open.
Do you like text messages or calls?
It depends. If it's business, definitely a call, but if it's just casual text messages.
What about email?
Yeah, I'm an email person, only because I have to be with work. Like, everybody communicates via email with the industry I'm in, so I'm used to emails.
Leftovers and hangovers.
probably hangovers. I don't really like that. It was a whole lot.
You're the second person that said that. The second person that said that. Night or day?
Day.
Day. Do you give second chances or third chances?
Second.
Wine or liquor?
Liquor.
White or dark?
Dark.
Dark. Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
What's one random word to describe yourself?
One random word. Genuine.
What's one random fact about yourself?
I played at the Super Bowl with Prince.
What?
Yeah. When I went to FAMU, our entire band, March 100, we got the opportunity to perform with Prince. We performed for Obama's inauguration, his first inauguration. So it's the baddest band in the land, definitely.
Wow, that's so dope. Okay, so you put a post up on your page and say, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Did it take you a long time to believe that?
A lot longer than I would have hoped. I mean, it took for me to graduate, go through some life experiences, and be grown. Even now, like I said, still realizing I could play the saxophone after I thought I was defeated. So yeah, I would definitely say it took me way longer than I needed to realize that.
But do you believe it now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%?
100%.
Now, what would you tell a woman that's striving to be excellent in life, or just something to inspire the youth? What would you tell them?
I would tell them not to be afraid, just because it's so easy to get tangled up in fear, and it's so much opportunity out there. There's so many things that you can accomplish, so many things you can do, and the biggest thing hindering us a lot of times is ourselves. So just do it. Just be like Nike. Just do it.
That's perfect. Okay, do you believe that someone can knock a woman off her pedestal if she built herself?
No. Not unless she allows them to. I think a lot of times people can only do to you what you allow them to do to you. So if you allow somebody to take control over something that you've worked hard for, then I mean, yeah, they could. But if you are the one that, you know, went through all the struggles or whatever you did to elevate yourself to that, then nobody should be able to take you down. Just get back up.
I love it. Do you have like an anthem song or something? You know, you about to go to work, you about to get pumped, you get ready for the 9 to 5, you done got dressed. What's one song you might put on?
I got a couple of songs. I really like, I don't know why, but Freeze by T-Pain. Maybe because I was in Tallahassee and T-Pain is like really big in Tallahassee. But like sometimes like when I'm bowling, like, and I'm like trying to get in my mood or something, I'm like, let me put on my Freeze. Because in my mind, I'm like imagining all these dance moves I'm doing, even though I'm really not. But I just feel like if I was like a bomb.com dancer, like I would be killing it. Be like the Jabberwocky song. So I think that would be like my anthem. Like freeze. Sometimes you just gotta freeze, you know, just pause, think about it, you know.
That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you being on my show.
Thank you for
I
having
love
me.
your motivation and your inspiration. Now the floor is yours. You can tell them where they can reach you at. If you're on Facebook, if they're looking for a house, the floor is yours.
Well, if you are looking for a house, I don't care what state you're in, you can find me on Facebook at LaTrease, LaTrease, Posey, Posey, or on Instagram at Live and Love Life, and that's LIVN. Wait, now I'm being slow. LIVNLUVLYFE, and then my direct line at Quicken Loans is 313-373-2925.
Thanks for LaTrease. Yay, we did good, girl. You was looking cute.
Yeah.
It was flow.